BJP out to politically finish Arvind Kejriwal and his Aam Aadmi party. Mr. Kejriwal will be arrested sooner or later. Is there any neta that the BJP and Narendra Modi ji fear? That is Arvind Kejriwal. Prime Minister Modi has a personal and political animus against Kejriwal in particular. Kejriwal contested against Prime Minister Modi in the 2014 elections from Varanasi. That was then pitched as a David versus Goliath fight. The views expressed in this blog are hosted on my own website, are strictly personal and do not reflect the views of any organization. Hello and welcome friends to Straight Backed, my weekly video blog where, as the title suggests, I comment with a straight bat. Namaskar. My focus this week is on a big question buzzing around in Delhi's power corridors. Is the BJP out to politically finish the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and his Aam Aadmi party? This, remember, is a week when Mr. Kejriwal was asked to appear before the Enforcement Directorate and where his key lieutenant and former Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia was denied bail by the Supreme Court in the alleged Delhi liquor scam case. There is even a buzz, at least in AAP circles, that Mr. Kejriwal will be arrested sooner or later. But before we look into what happens into the future, I want to take a peep into the past because it is revealing. You see, a few years ago, I met a senior BJP leader who has since sadly passed away, who I asked a simple question to. Sir, is there any neta or political party that the BJP and Narendra Modi ji fear? The answer I got was interesting. There is no one that we fear, but one leader we keep a close eye on, and that is Arvind Kejriwal. I asked the BJP leader why Kejriwal was being seen as a potential rival when he hadn't even won a single Lok Sabha seat in the 2019 elections. You see, Rajdeep, you don't judge a politician by where he stands today, but where he could well be tomorrow. Unlike the Congress, Kejriwal carries no baggage. His party is new. It claims to stand for anti-corruption and alternative politics. Such a party could well resonate with voters if they tire of the major national parties, which is why we cannot ignore Kejriwal. This is the exact conversation that I had a few years ago, as I said, with a BJP leader. Since then, much has changed. Much water has flown under the polluted Yamuna. Two of Kejriwal's cabinet ministers, Manish Sisodia and Satyendra Jain, are in jail. A key lieutenant and Rajya Sabha MP, Sanjay Singh, is also behind bars. Another key aide, Vijay Nair, has been in jail now for more than a year, all of them accused in the liquor scam. It appears that slowly but surely the government is encircling Kejriwal, or the Enforcement Directorate is doing so. The ED has not been able to conclusively establish any money link just yet in the liquor scam with Mr. Kejriwal. But they do apparently, or so they claim, have confessions from wholesale liquor traders from Telangana and even advertising and hoarding companies in Goa that suggest that monies that were earned from windfall profits to the liquor companies were then used to fund the AAP's political campaigns in Goa and Punjab. The plan, from what I gather, is not to arrest Mr. Kejriwal just yet, but keep the heat on him in a manner that his claim to be seen as a kattar imandar or completely honest neta is demolished once and for all. As one senior politician told me this week, Arvind Kejriwal used to give character certificates to everyone and claim his opponents were guilty till proven innocent. Now he will have to face that same narrative. Whether the ED's prevention of money laundering case will stand in court is uncertain. But this, my friends, is a battle of perception as much as of the facts in the case. The BJP's calculation is that once the anti-corruption plank is gone, the Aam Aadmi party will automatically be hollowed out. I can also tell you that the ED is not just planning to arrest more AAP leaders in the liquor scam, but also actually planning to name AAP in its final charge sheet. If that happens, this would be the first time a national political party and not just individuals are made and accused in a Prevention of Corruption Act case. The aim then would be to use this to attach all the properties of AAP and deny the party an opportunity to even contest the next election, especially, and this is important, if the AAP chooses to stay with the opposition India alliance. Already, the Modi government has used the Lieutenant Governor's office in Delhi to tighten the screws around the city's AAP government. All major decisions are now taken by the LG. All senior bureaucrats in Delhi report to the LG's office. So first, you take away the powers of the elected chief minister, then you keep the enforcement agency heat on him and his aides. Finally, you push him into a situation where, as I said at the outset, he is politically finished. From what I gather, Prime Minister Modi has a personal and political animus against Kejriwal in particular. No one is quite sure what is the genesis of this animus, but don't forget, Kejriwal contested against Prime Minister Modi in the 2014 elections from Varanasi. That was then pitched as a David versus Goliath fight, during which Kejriwal had personally attacked the Prime Minister repeatedly. Modi at the time had vowed to teach Kejriwal a lesson. Since then, he has been trying to find some way in realizing his ultimate goal. When Kejriwal came to power in Delhi in 2015 with a landslide victory, the Prime Minister was reportedly furious. An attempt was made by the BJP to even try and break Kejriwal's party, but the plan did not succeed. Now, the liquor scam has provided a clear opening, or the alleged liquor scam. Interestingly, the Congress has stayed mostly silent right through Kejriwal's travails and troubles, even though the two parties are seen to be part of the same opposition India alliance. I am told that Mr. Kejriwal has tried to establish communication with Rahul Gandhi for the last 6 months, but the Congress leader has so far refused to see him. A section of the Congress is still insistent that Kejriwal is the B team of the BJP. Truth is, my friends, Kejriwal isn't quite the B team of the BJP. But yes, he is certainly trying to occupy the space being vacated by the Congress in different states, and therefore can potentially divide the anti-BJP vote. Gujarat last year is a good example. An ambitious Kejriwal was convinced that the Congress could not take on the BJP in Gujarat, and he was hoping to occupy that space as the principal opposition, especially in the backdrop of his spectacular victory in Punjab. Kejriwal's mission did not entirely succeed in Gujarat, but he was able to establish some kind of a bridgehead and keep himself in the political conversation. Remember, it was the Kejriwal-led India Against Corruption movement in 2011 that signaled the beginning of the end of the Manmohan Singh government. So there is no love lost between Kejriwal and the Congress is not keen to do any special favors to him, someone whom they instinctively mistrust. Even though I can tell you a few India Alliance leaders like Sharad Pawar are urging a rethink. Which brings me back to the original question. Can Kejriwal be politically finished by the Modi government? The short answer would be no, not yet. The longer answer is that India's most successful political startup in the last decade and its leader are facing a very difficult position, an credibility crisis, but also an existential crisis. If the ED does go ahead and attach the properties of AAP and its leaders, the financial resources, the organizational might that a party needs to fight elections will be substantially reduced. If Kejriwal is arrested as the AAP fears, then the party's face will be gone. Remember, the AAP today is almost completely identified with Kejriwal's image. If he isn't in the campaign, the party loses its star campaigner. I can also tell you that the AAP is already drawing up a contingency plan in case Kejriwal is arrested. No leader will replace Kejriwal, but a core group will be set up to handle day-to-day operations, even as Mr. Kejriwal will call the shots. My own sense remains that the Modi government is reluctant to arrest Kejriwal. They realize that he is a clever strategic opponent who could take advantage and be conferred the halo of victimhood if he is arrested. Therefore, slow drip poison is preferred to any sudden execution. And while Kejriwal may be the immediate target, the BJP's aim is to slowly pick off all the regional parties one by one within the India alliance ahead of the 2024 elections. In a country as vast and diverse as ours, an opposition-mukt Bharat is unlikely. But an opposition that is now under the siege from the ED in particular is almost certain. It's Kejriwal today. Who knows whose turn it will be tomorrow? Think about it. That was the Straight Bat. Do of course subscribe to my YouTube channel for many more such videos. For now, stay well, stay safe. Jai Hind, Namaskar.